Hello, guys and girls, and welcome to the continuation of the Fruit of Grisaia. Sorry for that, I wasn't in the game. Look that way, I can tell from the glance that this place is well equipped. Well equipped? I say so. Using the time after the homeroom period, I'm getting a small introduction to the school facility from Sachi. Normally this would be a principal's job, but she seems to be occupied with official duties, so I ended up getting another tour from our class rep. So basically it's for porn. Porn. Which would make checking a movie out impossible, I guess. Sachi smiles a bit wildly as she speaks. Most of this stuff is probably in that pamphlet somewhere, but Sachi's explanations are comparatively to the point, clear and easy to understand. It seems she's actually quite intelligent. Oh. Looks like they weren't that sloppy on the casting after all. The school drama currently being broadcast? Having completely general review of the school's facilities, Sachi explained, comes to an end. Thanks, it was a big help. I guess so. Yeah, there's still classmates I haven't met after all. Hearing my response, Sachi brisk tone gives way to a hesitant mumble. What? After a brisk bow, she quickly runs off down the hallway. Did that trigger a death flag just now? I don't think there's a single person in the world who wouldn't worry after that kind of ominous foreshadowing. What's wrong? Well, that might be overstated, but there are some pretty carefree people out there. I'm not one of them. Seems like it would be the best to be on my guard, or more so than usual. The light floating through the window shifted from over to my side. Please. No. No. I said no. Don't describe your surroundings. Really. It won't be that long until the sunset. After parting from Taichi, I walk the empty hallway alone. My surroundings are nearly soundless, thanks to my habitually quiet footsteps. However, inside the silence, I sense definite presence at my destination. She finally showed up. I hear faint sound from the interior, the previously silent classroom. With that confirmation, I slowly opened the door. Hey, I think it is screenshot time again. There. Now the game glitched out again. Okay, and now I need to use probably my mouse again, because the moment I entered the classroom, tension fills the air. Tension fills the air, unanswered. Behind the window seat and desk in the middle of the classroom, the chair rattled. Its occupant turns to face me. My immediate impression of the girl, she doesn't appear particularly friendly. You. Well, it might be not the most polite first greeting, I call out cautiously as I approach in order to demonstrate my lack of malicious intent. Sakaki Yumiko, right? Her expression doesn't change. Sitting on a chair absolutely stock still, she stares fixedly at me. I'm Kazumi Yuji. I'm the new student here as of today. I comment hard in front of her desk. So I'll be your classmate as well, it seems. Pulling out a chair from the desk in front of her, I sit down. At the moment we are about a meter apart. Nonetheless, that woman stares at me as tensely that she seems to be forgetting to breathe. Rather than staring, her expression could probably be more accurately described as glaring. I wasn't able to introduce myself in the morning. Heard you are probably around in the evening. I keep talking regardless, but no responding in forthcoming. Maybe she got the psychological problem with men, like Machina. But then again, she didn't try to run when I approached her. I changed my position to face her directly. Straddling the chair, I leaned forward slightly. The motion had closed the 1 meter gap between us down to 70 centimeters. Yeah, most of the words use metric. I did like to take at least confirmation your identity. Hey. As if I to declare her refusal to acknowledge my existence, the woman stands from her seat, briskly moves to the exit the classroom. How about at least responding to me? I followed her immediately. The woman opens the classroom's rear door just enough for one person to pass, and tries to slip her way outside. Hey! Calling out again, I try to follow her through the gap. Ugh! That moment, the woman forcefully slams the door shut. She clearly closed it with knowing full well I was trying to follow. Her expression betrays surprise. Maybe she didn't expect me to be my hand caught in the door or back off from having it slammed in my face. Instead, the door she attempted to slide closed, firmly held open by my hand. An outcome she apparently hadn't been prepared for. You could have broken my hand, you know that? After she seemed who's trying to shatter my fingers, she glaring at me like I've been the bad guy here. What exactly did I do to deserve this from someone I've just met? I'm just looking for an introduction. Opening the half-shut door, I take a step forward. I forgot. She doesn't back down. Quite the greeting. I stopped the motion of her hand about 5 centimeters before its target. That isn't the most efficient block, but the purpose of diffusing her reckless hostility is easily comprehensible. Action seems necessary. I was expecting something of sorts, but your favor for the classic slap to the face, I see. Maintaining my grasp on the woman's wrist, I stare her down at short range. As for the woman, she's staring right back, her eyes open wide with shock, completely still. Well then, at least ask you again. The strong orange glow of the evening sun illuminated the classroom. Are you Saki Yumiko? Her expression hostile as ever, the woman slowly opens her mouth. With an air of slightly resignation and clearly unwavering in her refusal to relish with me, she speaks. Okay, good to meet you. As the evening sunset fell behind the cloud, its light dimmed and the classroom filled with shadow. With the sounds of Yumiko breathe and the faint roar of the waves from beyond the walls, the curtain was raised on my normal student life. Oh shit. Yeah. It is an intro. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't know that's going to happen. It is good music, yes, so far. Fucking hell. And my OBS glitched out. But I go to try to record that intro again and put it in anyway, so you don't even going to notice that. Fuck. But it's... does that mean the game just begins now? This is confusing for me. Le Fruit de la Grisaia. Yeah. Oh, that was quite interesting. The period of the school day before the classes begins. Fundamental blank, meaningless time. They say it is always best to arrive 20 minutes early, but preparing for class is taking 60 seconds at most. After that, there's not much to do other than wander around awkwardly. Yeah. I still always imagine school life quite fairly relaxing experience. A part of me actually wondering if it's a little aimless downtime might be enjoyable in its way. But unfortunately... What? Again? The slightly pitiful fantasy was shed out all too quickly. Of course I'm not going to break a sweat from any attack of Yumiko's, but being slashed with a blade isn't the kind of pleasure or breather I had in mind. Oh! What a brilliant question! Why did I dodge a slash of a knife? I guess she had fought in particular well-timed attack. Judging from the shock gas she directed at me, she catch her breath. Of course, given that constant clicking sound of her plenty audible footsteps, she might as well have been screaming, "Here I come!" But time moves at half speed in my immediate vicinity. Giving a straight answer would be a pain, so I pull something out my ass. Oh, kinky. Yeah, I'm just screwing with you. Maybe it's just me, but I think you trying to stab a classmate is somewhat worse. The woman's copy of a criminal code seems to be missing the page on attempt murder. But judging from her way she momentarily bought my nonsense, she unexpectedly airheaded. Maybe a bit naive. Would be a nicer way to put it. You better remember my face. Okay, that face is awesome. That face is awesome, and another screenshot. Yeah. There's only 6 of us here. It would be harder to forget. Still glaring in my direction, Yumiko retracted the blade of her box cutter and snorting in displeasure leave with a flutter of her skirt. When I return to the classroom, Anoke strikes up a conversation. I guess the strong of the knife assault in question has already spread around the classroom. As my problem with Yumiko, it seems common knowledge. It's not like she's doing me any harm, but I can't say I'm enjoying this. In our first encounter, I approached the stubbornly silent Yumiko in physical sense. That outcome of her intentional act of rejection. In part, that might be a result of my own heightened awareness. Such a heavy-handed foreshadowing put me on guard, and I tendency to not trust someone I'm meeting the first time. At that time, while I certainly felt uneasy from her, it wasn't so intense to discourage me from approaching. However, from the second encounter on, Yumiko bare opened hostility towards me. What's worse, apparently having come to the conclusion that she wasn't a match for me barehanded, she's been swinging around the box cutter of all things. According to anime, it seems that Yumiko has something of an habit to brandish retractable knives at people. Of course, the goal is usually more intimidation than anything else, but speaking at the target this time, I can sense there's a part of her that's seriously trying to stab me. It's not for the best feeling in the world. I'd really prefer to avoid that kind of recognition. What is up with that faces every time? Didn't notice. I'm pretty sensitive when my life is in danger, but I don't really feel that level of threat from Yumiko.
ユージ君って普通の恋愛とかはちゃんとできるの？
My master did say I was especially unskilled in that department.
師匠？
At any rate, I want to do something about Yumiko's aggressive rejection of me. For that purpose, I need to talk to someone familiar with her circumstance.
はいはい、ホームルームを始めるわよ。
With the Tenson's book in her hand, as usual, our carefree principal appears. I guess Chizuru is the only one I can ask. In conclusion, Yumiko seems to hate me with a passion.
榊さんがどうかはともかく、あなたが嫌われる理由はよくわかるわ。
Oh, let's hear it then.
ほうじゃないわよ。事情を知っていて暇そうなのは学園長ぐらいしかいないと思ったから聞きに来たって。わざわざ宣言して部屋に入ってくるとか何考えてるのよ。
I only said what I was thinking. Was I wrong?
違うわよ。一応。
Woman. I know that I probably get so much flack for that sentence, but that is cliché woman writing. That's the thing that I mean with woman. I don't mean woman literally. I mean in figuratively. In any sense of writing, they're writing most of them this way. Got it? Okay. Got it? It's not even... Okay. In defense of your feeling, no matter how much I'm thinking you're lazing around, I keep it quietly buried in my heart from now on. Good enough?
そんなこと言われたら疑心暗鬼になるだけでしょ。
What do you want from me? Spare me the vague complaints. What's your pleasure?
だから嫌われるのよ。
Do you have an idea?
なんでも。で、質問の答えだけど。
The principal cup in hand lowers herself across from the sofa. I'm reclining on.
榊さんはこの学園の創設以来の学生なの。
Okay. The place has opened recently, right?
ほぼ。
Fairly recent, and it was established just about a year ago.
設立彼女はその時からここにいるのよ。
I see. What does that have to do with her rejecting me?
自分のテリトリーに入ってくるのが怖いんでしょ。
Frightening?
そう。これまでは自分の認識できるものしかここには来なかったのに、いきなり異性の、それも得体の知れない人間が自分の近くに入り込んできた。
The principal Tachibana takes a pen in her empty hand and jabs it towards me with an improvised point.
なので排除しようとしたってことじゃないかしら。
Hazing, is it? A bit bullying comes with being a fresh recruit, but I didn't expect the same here.
いじめにしては、いじめられる側が強力すぎるけどね。
Apparently unconvinced by the idea of Saki stealing my lunch money, the principal Tachibana hides a snort of laughter behind her hand. Although it's certainly amusing considering the balance of our physical strength, I don't see how I can manage a decent student life at this rate. I'm honored you have provided a moment of amusement for our perpetually overworked principal, but I came here hoping to have a path towards overcoming this challenge emulated by your education guidance.
あなた、実は私をいじめる目的でここに来たんでしょ。
Crank me from being to the end of optimal ultimately, principal didn't provide me with any useful advice. This is what schools is like, so figure it out for yourself. A normal school life means a few problems like this. I did not have to admit she managed to dodge the issue reasonably well with that last line. In any case, since she didn't have any clear answer for me, I'm left with no choice but do as she says and try to work on this over time. It's not really my style to go with the flow like this, but on the proposal of my education guide, there's no helping it.
スパーリングみたいになってきたわね。新兵を手のひらの上であしらう教官なのよさ。最初はハラハラしましたけど、こうなってくると緊張感のかけらもないですよね。どうして
？The rules of going with the flow, Yumiko's attacks have been continuing without particular change today. Look, could you quiet it already? Her movement throws off by my sudden sidestep. Yumiko staggered forward unsteadily. She tries desperately to regain her balance, resulting in a ridiculous pose. Strong contrast with her usual haughty demeanor. Michiru lets out an involuntary giggle at that spectacle. She instantly pierced by Yumiko's fury. Gah! Ignoring Michiru, she cowers behind her desk. Yumiko storms out of the classroom in towering rage.
このところずっとリプレイを見せられているようです。怖かった。何よあの目。相変わらず人を凍えさせるのに十分な威力を持ってるわよ。チルチルにはきっと血の報復があるのよさ。ちょっとやめてよマキナ。お楽しみに。お楽しみにじゃねえ。
Scenes like this one were very familiar by now, with the exception of Michiru. Everyone seems perfectly calm. Even if this little routine doesn't bother them as a tricky console party, it's problematic. Hey, Aname. In response to my call, she pointed herself with her index finger, slightly asking me. When I nod, she approached in her usual pointlessly sexy way.
何どうしたの？榊さんとの対戦格闘に疲れたから、私の胸の中で安らぎたくなった？
I'm sorry, do you actually want me to treat you like a sex worker?
ユージ君がそれを望むのなら、そういう日があってもいいかな？
I assure you keep the offer in mind, but that's not what I need today.
は？何なの？
You've known her, Yumiko, for a long time, right?
そりゃ確かに多少は他の子よりかは付き合いも長いけど。
Any ideas about the reason she rejecting me this intensely?
ごめん、わからない。ああいう子でしょ？正直、事務的なこと以外に話す機会もあまりないのよね。
I see.
ユージ君も来たことだし、これから少しずつ話とかできればとは思うけど、今は私もほぼデフォルトに近い状態なのよね。
Certainly, Yumiko hardly seems the type to open up relieve herself to someone just because they've known each other for a while. I guess I have to find a solution myself after all. Thanks anyway. Let me know if anything comes to mind. With those words, I moved to the exit the classroom. If you recall, rejection continued to take this form. I have no choice but asked the principal's advice again. At the moment I opened the door, prepared to leave, I stopped at the sound of Aname's voice. She's saying the same thing as the principal. Does that feel the way to you as well, Aname? It's a little hard to take that seriously given the flow of this conversation. I think this is right now the perfect moment to end this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye.